Okay, let's do a little tapping on belonging. Maybe the feeling of not fitting in. That's quite a common thing. I've heard it many times. I've had many conversations. I felt it myself so many times, even in the most unexpected places. So let's make this okay and let's tap. So first of all, you may just be feeling this right now in your present life, and that's fine. Just tap along and just go with the flow. If it's not completely relevant in this moment, then maybe just bring up a time where it does bother you, or maybe a time where it's possibly going to come up soon, or perhaps you've joined a new place, a new community, a new tribe, even like this one perhaps, and you feel that you're not sure who to talk to, how you should be, if who you are is okay in this place. All of these things we're going to allow, acknowledge, and just be with right now. So if you're not already tapping on the side of the hand, just start now. Even though I don't feel like I belong. I choose to accept how I feel now. Even though I don't feel like I belong, I choose to love and accept this is how I feel. Even though I don't feel like I belong, I accept this is how I feel. And I forgive myself and anyone else that's made me feel this way. I don't feel like I belong. 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 I never have. I never will. And even if that's how I feel, I choose to accept and love myself anyway. Even if it feels like I will never belong. Just for now, I choose to be with this. I choose to honor the way I feel right now. I choose to forgive myself. And I choose to forgive others. I choose to forgive those that made me feel like I didn't belong. And even if it's hard to do right now, I know it's best for me. I know it's best for me to let this go. It's best for me to release this feeling. Against anyone that made me feel like I didn't belong. I can choose to belong here. I can choose to belong here in my skin. I can choose to belong here in my home. I can choose to belong wherever I want. And if I don't feel like I belong, then I can choose to tap. I can choose self-compassion. And I can choose to see what I feel. So all these feelings I feel in my body that arise when I feel like I don't belong. I choose to acknowledge them now. I choose to feel these feelings and wonder why I feel this way. And wonder what thoughts I have that remind me to feel this way. Those thoughts that come up that tell me that I don't belong. And I ask those thoughts, where did you come from? Who do they belong to? Maybe I picked up this pattern from somewhere else. Maybe I saw someone in my life growing up that didn't belong themselves. And maybe I just mimicked their behavior. I accept other people. Maybe not all the time, but I do my best. I do the best with what I have. And what about those times where I accept other people? I welcome them into my space. I welcome them with open arms. But maybe they're too shy and they feel like they don't belong. And I wonder, why do they not feel like they do belong? Why do they feel that way? When I'm welcoming them in. But I feel that way sometimes. So maybe where I feel like I don't belong, maybe that's just me. And maybe the place that I feel like I don't belong is actually welcoming me. And I choose to release the resistance now. So, all this resistance to belonging, unknown or known, all these thoughts and judgments, all these fears that I feel, I release them all now. I release them all now. And I accept how I feel. All these thoughts and judgments, and all this resistance to belonging, this resistance to fitting in. What might I miss out on if I don't allow myself to do this? And do I want to keep this up for the rest of my life? Because I can choose a different path right now. I can choose to think different thoughts right now. I choose to think more thoughts that feel better for me and allow myself to belong. Allow myself to fit in. And anyway, fitting in is overrated. Maybe my problem with belonging is that I'm trying to conform. And maybe I'm just a really unique human, just like everybody else. But I'm trying to fit into this box. And maybe that's what I'm resisting. Maybe if I just allowed myself to be myself, allowed myself to be the unique, amazing version of a human that I am, then I wouldn't care if I fit in or belonged. I wouldn't care if I fit in. And the paradox of that would be that I did fit in. Maybe. Maybe not. But either way, I accept how I feel. Either way, I choose to feel good right now. Whether I belong or whether I don't belong, I choose to accept how I feel. I choose to be okay with it, whatever happens. I choose to find a new perspective on this. And I choose to acknowledge how I feel next time I go into a place that I previously thought I didn't belong. And acknowledge, how do I feel this time? Maybe it feels different. After all, I've released so much energy and so much feeling and emotion that's been pent up for all these years. Whether I fit in or don't, I choose to be okay with myself. I choose to just be myself. I choose to just be myself. After all, that's all I can be. I can't be someone else. I've tried that before. And it's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. So I might as well just be myself. And whether people like it or not, that's up to them. I'll find the right people at the right time. The ones that accept me the way I just am right now. And I accept myself as I am right now. I accept everyone else just as they are right now. Maybe I'm trying to belong in too many places. Maybe I'm trying to belong in the wrong places. So I might as well just be myself. Accept the way I am. Accept who I am. And just go out there and be the unapologetic me that I deserve to be. And I'm okay with that. So stop tapping. Breathe in this appreciation for yourself into the heart. Let it go. and just be you.